Hey there, Heather Boyd here, and welcome to day 10 of the Art Bookmark Making Challenge. Be sure to check the description below to join the Facebook event page and share pictures of your beautiful bookmarks. At the end of the challenge, I'll be making a slideshow of viewers' work to be shared. Today we're making geometric bookmarks. I'm using cardstock, a ruler, markers, micro pens, Sharpies, pencil, and an eraser. So after I've drawn out the lines with pencil, I'm going to fill in the areas, the squares and rectangles with markers. I have some Crayola markers that I'm using, and I'm using bright colors. Primary colors are good. These are inspired by Mondrian, classic painter in the abstract geometric style, and I'm just going to fill in some areas with color. I'm also going to leave some areas with the white of the paper, and you can just randomly decide where you want the filled in areas to be. So some can be beside each other. You can have some squares, some rectangles, and use a few different colors, but not too many different colors. These are really more primary colors. These markers with the chiseled ends work really well. Nice to get in the little nooks and crannies, but use whatever markers or pencils you have. After you've done the areas of color, you could go in with a Sharpie and draw your black lines. So I'm going to do some, again, rectangles, some squares, some straight lines across. You can just go with your intuition to make a nice pattern, and then once the marker is dry, you can erase your pencil lines. After that, I'm using the Sharpie to fill in some of the squares and rectangles with black for a little bit more contrast and impact. Keep in mind this video is done in fast speed. You can take your time with it. From there we'll get some MAC tack or contact paper, and we're going to peel off the back, and then we're going to take our bookmark and we will place it down on the sticky side. So place it so there's a bit of a border, rub it down, and then fold it over so there's about 1/8 of an inch to the side. Rub it down again so it's nice and smooth, and then trim it, and trim it around the outside, leaving at least 1/8 of an inch of a border of the plastic. You can also use clear tape, or you can laminate these. And there's our first one. So for the second one, we're going to be inspired by Kandinsky and do more geometric abstract. So just take your ruler and do a bunch of straight lines in whatever formation that you like. So you can do angles, you can do triangles, you could do a bunch of lines. Again, this is Bristol board or cardstock, and I'm using the micro pen. You could do something that looks like tic-tac-toe lines. Just go with the flow. You don't have to draw it in pencil first. You can just go for it. I also have a circle template. I'm going to draw circles within circles. I use this template a lot, the stencil. It's very handy. And then you can go back to your ruler and do more intersecting lines as you wish. And then you could do some free-form geometric shapes like squares and triangles. Just go with the flow, and after that you can color them in with the chiseled end markers, or color pencils, whatever you have on hand. You can also use watercolor, but you would tape your paper down first if you're doing watercolor. And I like to just use one color and fill in a bunch of different shapes all over the piece and then switch to the next color. And you can go back in with your micro pen after if you want to add more lines and detail. And then this one I'm just going to slip into one of those bookmark folders, and you can also Mac tack it if you prefer. So now I'm getting some 20 gauge wire, and I'm just making a loop on the end with my round pliers. I'm adding this little steampunk gear. You could put anything you want on the end, or you can just put beads. So now I'm going to add different beads on there. I'm using my brightly colored miracle beads. Those are my favorite beads. I'm putting a couple inches worth of beads on there. And then once you're happy with your pattern, you can check and see how it looks with the bookmark. Just bend it back and do a large loop at the top. This loop has to be large enough to fit on the top of the bookmark sleeve. So slide it in there and then bend the end around to hold it in place. And after that you will cut it flush. And you can give it a little pinch with your flat pliers so it's not scratchy. And there you go. Thanks so much for watching and for participating in the 10-day art bookmark making challenge. Be sure to share photos of your work in the Facebook event page. I'll link it up in the description below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for lots more art videos and tutorials. And we'll see you the next time.